93 Boxing, I'm back with another video. A lot of talks are going on about Errol Spence. And a lot of people are impressed with Errol Spence's performance. I'm impressed in a way. I do believe that Errol Spence showed that he can box a bit. But I feel like his performance, and no disrespect to Errol Spence, I like him. I think he's definitely one of the best welterweights. Might even be the best welterweight out there. That's only time will tell, but I think he might just be the best welterweight. He might possibly be the best welterweight, okay? But truth be told, right, I'll be honest with you. I feel like Errol Spence, he did exceed expectations, he also failed expectations. I feel like his power was a little bit exposed. Errol Spence didn't really do anything crazy in that fight, in my opinion. He really outboxed a guy who wasn't there to outbox Errol Spence or beat Errol Spence, really. He was there to just go the 12 rounds. That's how he fought. Khan's performance against Canelo is more impressive than Mikey's performance against Spence. And really, you could say that Khan got knocked out. But Khan was there to try and win the rounds. Mikey wasn't. He was happy enough to go the rounds and not get stopped. Every time he was losing the round, he would turn around, go to his corner, and just raise his hands up like he's doing good. Kell Brook's performance against Triple G was also better than Mikey's versus Spence. But, Mikey's performance, in my opinion, no disrespect, he was good in terms of his defense. He was pretty good. And I know if you're going to be offensive, you might compromise on that defense. You don't want to get stopped. But he didn't seem like he wanted to win the round. He just seemed like he wanted to go the distance. And to be honest with you, as a fan, I was very disappointed. And I thought his performance was piss poor. I thought he could have done a little bit better. He could have tried a little bit better, in my opinion. He looked like happy he was going the distance. And that's not what I expect from an elite fighter. It's really not what I expect from an elite fighter. I don't think Errol Spence's performance was as good as people think it was. I really think that Errol Spence showed that he's ordinary. I think now he showed he's more than ordinary. What I'm trying to say, he showed that he's human. He showed that he's not this crazy monster. Everyone's thinking that Errol Spence would have got a stoppage. He just went for the decision. But no, man, no, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. Errol Spence himself said that he couldn't get the stoppage. He tried his best, he couldn't get the stoppage. And it was frustrating. He said he was frustrating that his corner didn't stop it. If Errol Spence doesn't hit that hard, right, then all it is, he's someone who's good power and someone who can box a bit, which is, that makes you for a special fighter. But how good can Errol Spence really box? Like, who was he up against that can box really well? I know Mikey can box really well, but at that night, did he box really well? Errol Spence did have reach on Mikey. He was a lot taller and everything. And that's the difference between Khan and Canelo. Khan, actually, in my opinion, the reach was very similar with Canelo. The performance was a lot better. But yet, we shit on Canelo's performance. A lot of people right now will put Errol Spence above Canelo when it comes to pound for pound. And I made a video recently about pound for pound, who I think should be there. And I'm wondering why. Why would you put Errol Spence above there? I just don't get it. I feel like Errol Spence is being overrated with this performance. And I kind of feel bad saying this because I actually like Errol Spence. And I think he put up a really good performance. There's nothing wrong with his performance as such. It's just that he's not on the level, in my opinion, that some people say he is. He's a very good fighter. He's an elite fighter for sure. But he's not on the same level. And Danny Garcia made a statement, I hear, saying that it's a big man beat a little man, and he didn't do anything special to be ranked number one in the welterweight division. And a lot of people, I saw Dante's Boxing Nation talk about Errol Spence was already number one before he in the way that beat Mikey Garcia. But if you think about it, right, Errol Spence may or may not be ranked number one, but truth be told, number one is up for debate. No one's really number one, because Keith Thurman's been inactive, and other than that, no one's really number one. Like, Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, who was coming off a fight with Triple G, a loss to Triple G. Granted, Spence broke the other eye. and that was a really good performance. But really, how many good fighters has he really beat at 147 or near about that came to fight? That is, to be honest, it seems like both of the fighters that Errol Spence fought, the top fighters that he fought, kind of quit. Like Mikey quit trying to win. He just tried to go the distance. That's what it looked like. And Kell Brook just quit. But hey, man, Errol Spence is a really good fighter. I just think that he's a beatable fighter. I do think. I mean, we're gonna see Crawford versus Khan if he, every fight, elite fighter has, they can show some weaknesses. So when I saw that fight with Errol Spence, I thought, you know what, Crawford can probably beat him. That's what I thought. Crawford, a lot of people are impressed with it, but Errol Spence will not be able to outbox him as easily as he will not be able to outbox Terence Crawford as easily as he was able to outbox Mikey Garcia. I hope I said that right. Mikey Garcia was a lot more easier to outbox than Crawford would be. I actually think Danny Garcia can give Errol Spence a really good fight. I've been saying this for a while. I think Danny Garcia can definitely give him a good fight. Errol Spence, he can box, but his boxing skills is good. It doesn't look amazing, but it's good. It's solid. But Errol Spence is not this crazy one-punch guy that people have been saying. He's not. He just isn't. Like, I do see Danny Garcia giving him a good fight. He just needs to up his work rate. If Danny Garcia ups his work rate, he gives Errol Spence. I think he can give Errol Spence a loss. Danny, in my opinion, hits harder than Spence. He looks like he hits harder than Spence. People forget, like, some of these. The thing about boxing is a lot of times these guys can have a performance. One guy's performance will be overrated. Another guy can have a better performance and he'll still be underrated. Danny Garcia's performance against Brandon Rios was more impressive than Spence's versus Mikey Garcia, in my opinion. He made us. I mean, to be honest, actually that's debatable. But if you think about it, what I should say is, Errol Spence's performance against Mikey Garcia is, you could say, overrated or maybe rightly rated. But Danny Garcia's performance against Brandon Rios is, you could say, equally impressive but underrated. And people don't rate that performance. They think, oh, it's Brandon Rios. Rios never been down like that. And Danny knocked him, dropped him with one shot, dropped him cold with one shot. So Rios has never been knocked out like that. And Danny has power, man. He really has power. And I think Spence is someone who tends to freeze up when he gets hit. I feel like he does freeze up a lot when he gets hit, and he can be backed up. The way Lamont Peterson backed him up a bit, I think I think Danny Garcia can back him up, and Garcia's not a good fighter coming forward. He's not that good of a fighter coming forward. He's improved, but I think Danny's a better fighter coming forward than Errol Spence is going backwards. I really think that. I think Errol Spence throws a lot of punches, and Garcia will be able to counter that. Garcia's probably the biggest puncher he's going to face. Garcia's really tough. He's tougher than anyone that Spence has faced. I do think Danny Garcia can give him a good fight, man. I really think so. Or I don't know if Danny can beat him, because Spence has a high work rate, which doesn't always mean you're gonna win. But Spence also has pretty good accuracy, and I feel like that could make a difference. That could really make a difference, man. But yeah, man. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. I know this is controversial, what I'm saying. I know it's controversial. I think Spence is slightly being overrated. But you know what? I'm going to go into the most overrated fighter who I think is in a video very soon. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. I'm out. 93 Boxing. I'm back with another video.